sending the vehicle on ahead to sort of get a map of the building and figure out what's going on. But right now, our vehicles require an inordinate amount of training by the operator in order to be used. If you're a first responder, you probably don't have a degree in robotics or computer science that is required to operate these things. What you'd really like is to be able to treat these kinds of robots as as seamlessly or symmetrically as you would treat a human partner. And this requires natural language understanding. It requires understanding what things are in the world, understanding what people want when they gesture, when they say odd things. And so I think this is another reason why right now robots are largely good at very specific motion from place to place and aren't really changing the world substantially yet. But I think we're getting close to a tipping point in terms of robotics, and I'm really happy to see my fellow panelists here, because I think they do represent some of the really interesting challenges that are really going to bring robotics into everyday life. And the very last thing I want to show is a video from, I was away from MIT for the last 2 years. I was at Google starting Project Wing, which many of you may have seen, and this video is available from YouTube, so if you haven't seen this, you can go check it out. The idea is to use UAVs flying around in the urban environment to do point-to-point delivery. So let's imagine that you are at home and you have a sick kid and you want to order up infant formula ibuprofen. If you're at home alone, you're a single parent, then you actually can't do this. You can't leave your child to go get the ibuprofen. Pharmacies right now don't deliver a whole lot of things, so you'd really like to have the pharmacist send something very quickly to your house. And so we built an air vehicle system that allows basically anybody to send anything, anywhere, anytime. And this, I think, represents some of the really important challenges that I just described. Be able to perceive the environment, be able to see obstacles. If you're doing delivery in nearby houses, you got to know where the door is, and you need to be able to get the package down to the ground there. You need to be able to interact with people. Flying around in the urban environment is naturally going to bring people into the space of these UAVs. And so there's just, this represents, I think, both the challenges in robotics that are going to come in the next 5 to 10 years, and also one of the many applications of robotics technologies I think is really going to change how we do things on a day-to-day basis. And with that, I'll turn it over back to you, Bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Roy. Now I'll turn it over to Christopher Norman.